Hey guys, welcome back. Boltspider here, and today I'm going to be doing a little different of a video. I'm bringing you my Chaos Orcuct list that is updated for the February 14th ban list. And let's just say this deck gets insane, and I'll show you guys some replays on top of what we have for the deck profile. And most of the replays are going to be solo hands because at the time I didn't really have anyone to play with, and other people were just my friends. They were just updating their deck lists. So let's get into the card by card. First off, I have bumped my Grisou Mekk-Knight Orcuct up to 3 because I felt like this was one of the cards that I definitely needed, and it has added a little consistency. But I still think Scrap Recycler and Armageddon Knight are still better in a sense because those ones are not once per turn, but these ones are. Then we have the double wand because wand is actually very good. If you draw one and then you can send the other, that's pretty much full lib combo off of a Scrap Recycler. Then we have the 3 Nightmare Orcuct. Nightmare Orcuct is one of the essential cards that has always been around, that has enabled everything to have an Orcuct package in it because it's a free Foolish Burial for any Orcuct monster in your deck, or any dark machine. Or, well, Orcuct World Legacy, same thing. And then finally, for the Orcuct package, we have 2 Simple Skeleton. Simple Skeleton, I really love it too, because it's a backup just in case if one gets banished, if you don't have a wand in graveyard, or a means to make Grisou. Because with Ding Grisou, you constantly loop your stuff, and most of the time, it is Simple Skeleton. Next, we have the newly added package of the Phantom Knights. It is 2 boots. Now, most people play 1 cloak, 1 boot, 1 cloak, 2 boots, or just 1, or just 2 cloak. I don't know. People haven't really played the Orcuct package all that much, but this is definitely a better for me because this is what I used to run back a year ago, since British Orcuct was pretty powerful with Nightmare Mermaid, constantly getting to your combos, and all of that. Then we have the 3 Chaos Valkyria. Chaos Valkyria is a free extender by banishing light or dark. Don't mind my camera. I'm wondering why it's doing that. Don't mind that. My autofocus is on. I don't know why it keeps applying or doing stuff like that. But Chaos Valkyria is a very great card since it's a free extender by banishing a light and dark. Now, if it's banished, you get to Foolish Burial a light or dark from your deck, but you can't use its effects for the rest of the turn, but that's completely fine because it just gets you another combo piece in the graveyard for next turn. Then I'm running the 1 black and the 1 white dragon because these are universal extenders. You send one to the graveyard off the field, you get the other. And you put one of them back with Chaos Space, and you draw 1, and then you search out the other again. Then we have the 3 lovely Scrap Recycler, because this card is one of the best cards in the deck, and it is the main 3 of for starting off your plays with Lib, because if you do the Lib combo, you can go through this card twice off of just 1 single combo tree. And it's a very good card, along with Armageddon Knight. This is essentially another copy of Scrap Recycler, in the sense that they do the exact same function that you want to do. Then we have Dark Grepher. It is a pseudo, I would say, for a Scrap Recycler, but you have to pay for 2 cards. But that's completely fine with the package that I have that's coming up next, which is the Danger package, being 1 Nessie, 1 Mothman, 1 Jackalope, and the 1 Snake. Now, if you discard a Danger off of Grepher to summon it, you get a search, then you discard another Danger and send a combo piece, and you're most likely sending one of these 2, as this is only good to summon off of Jackalope in certain times, if you already went through 3 of your Dangers. Jackalope is amazing. I wish that Nessie was more copies, but it's one of the better cards. of the 4 that I have here. Snake is a 1-for-1. Jackalope is a... All these cards are 1-for-1s. And I think that's why most of them are limited, but if I were to add any other dangers, I'd probably add Bigfoot or Thunderbird, because those two are actually very good, even though that they target for removal. Next we have the triple Chaos Space. This card is amazing because if you draw into a Scrap Recycler, a Dark, and this, you pretty much have full combo plus some, as I'll show you guys in some of the replays. Next we have the one Orchestrated Return because it's one of the best draw powers. Next to Allure of Darkness in the deck, then we have our 1-ofs being Babel, 1 Phantom Knights Rank Up Magic, and 1 World Legacy Secession for our Lib combo. Babel is just still an amazing card. PK launch gets you up into your True King of Calamities, which is kind of stupid that it can do that. And World Legacy Succession is there because you need it for Lib, and if you draw it, it's fine. Next we have the triple Allure of Darkness, the best draw power in the deck, because it's draw 2, banish the dark. It's a 2-for-2. And to be honest, banishing that dark doesn't really matter, because if you have Scrap Recycler in hand, and if you banish a Nightmare or a Symbol, you still have your full combo plus another extender, which is pretty good. And then the rest of the 1-ofs, we have 1 Reinforcement of the Army, 1 Foolish Burial, and our Monster Reborn, because Monster Reborn is actually a very great card. Now for our small trap lineup, we have 2 of the Phantom Knights Fogblade, and 1 Crescendo, because if you guys didn't know, you kind of need 2 of Fogblades, because you set one off of Bardiche, you search the other one. Most of the time I actually draw into one, so I set the launch, and so pretty much my end board is both Fogblades and a Rank Up Magic. And Crescendo is there because Crescendo is the best counter trap that Orcust has, just as a plan B. Now let's get into our extra deck. We have 1 True King of All Calamities, because this card is actually very, very, very stupid of a card, since it shuts off all your opponent's monster effects if they don't have an out to it, even though hand traps are definitely more prevalent in today's format. True King of All Calamities can still shut off a lot of decks. Then we have our 2 Dingrisu. This card is one of the best cards in the deck, as it recycles your materials, and it also protects your stuff. Plus, it's non-targeting spot removal, which is another benefit on top of it. So if they have a Dragoon, you bait it out, you make this, you send their Dragoon. Now for the Link monsters, we have the Phantom Knights of Rusty Broken. Rusty Broken is one of those cards that gets you 2 free negates and a launch if you can. With Broken, he's just a wonderful card, and he is a targeting spot removal if you summon an XYZ to its link zone. And sometimes I can get him into the EMZ for much more benefits. Then we have the 2 Galatea to part with the 2 Dingrisu. Galatea is a wonderful card because it shuffles back all of our resources. Then we have the 1 Lib and 1 Lungrisu. Lib is for our main combo, and Lungrisu is there just in case, because it is also non-targeting removal. Like, with a card like this, shuffling 2 back, then sending 1 card that's linked to it to the graveyard, that is very scary, as no matter what, where your Dragoon is, you can get rid of it. Like, if it's here and here, Lungrisu can deal with it, but if it's here, you have to have another Link monster in its path. And then for our generic Link monsters, we have 1 Borrelsword Dragon because it's a wonderful OTK machine. We have the 1 Nightmare Griffin because IP Masquerade plays with Bardiche is pretty good. And then we have the 1 Access Code, the 1 Appaloosa because you can actually make it before you lock yourself into Dark and get so much extension. Afterwards, we have the 1 Unicorn, the 1 Phoenix, and the 1 IP Masquerade. And this sums up the extra deck, and let's get right into these replays, which I have on my EDO Pro. Now, if you look, there's a lot of replays, we have new Orcuct. And as you can see, I open up with the full combo. So you activate your Chaos Base, dumping the boots, summoning Recycler, sending the wand, summoning Wiverbuster, effect to Tsuchinoko. Luckily I hit the Symbol Skeleton, draw the one Call by the Grave because I was testing out Call by the Grave, and then you just do your full combo. If we just look at this combo, it is actually insane. And luckily I hit the Mothman, and some, like, this deck does too much for what it is. We set the Babble off the Galatea, we activate Nightmares, sending our Grisu because we didn't really have much to send. We attach that, go into Bardiche, effect to Bardiche, set one, banish our boots, set the other, activate Foolish Burial, get the Symbol Skeleton, and this is just a mediocre board without the IP. Then we have O2, which is the actual Orcus build, and as we can see, activating Lure of Darkness, that's fine. Cast Space the wand away, so we could just activate our Armageddon Knight, sending a Nightmare. It could have been a Symbol Skeleton, but it doesn't really matter which ones we do. And we have Monster Reborn in the hand for the extension, because it is one of the best cards in the game. And Armageddon Knight, Scrap Recycler gets you everything in the deck. And if we look, I top deck the Babble, so Galatea can set the Orchestrated Return for later. Now, one of the things I've noticed, we have to go into Bardiche early, so we can do so many things. And if we look, summon out the Galatea, go into Dingrisu, attach the Symbol Skeleton, activate Return, draw 2, Monster Reborn the Galatea back, and my god, if there was an IP Masquerade there, this board would have been great. So this board ends on a Live, a Rusty, Galatea, and a Boots, which could have stayed in hand. Then we had a Babble, double Fogblade launch, and a Climax. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 interruptions on a board. This is insane. If you have 5 interruptions on a board, and if there was an IP right here, this board would have been so much to deal with in back when Bardiche was around. Now I need to look, and here's another combo. We open up the Grisu, but I'm gonna Allure Darkness to see what we draw into. I banish the Symbol Skeleton, affect the Snake, or no, affect Nessie, summon out the Snake, set the launch, normal Grisu, and this is just normal plays like summon out the Lib, effect, set, activate this, summon out the Grisu, link for 2, and we just, this is a mediocre build, or board I would say, but we still get to where we need as we end on double Fogblade, the launch, summon out Galatea, shuffle back, and setting the Babble, because Babble is the best card, activate being attach material, then we go into IP Masquerena. So you end on a launch, double Fogblade Masquerena IP, 1 card in hand with the Symbol Skeleton and Dinging Graveyard, so that is a total of 2, 3, 4, 6, still, like 6 interruptions, and if you can't get past that, it's most likely game. But this has been the list for the Chaos Orcus deck for September 2020. And hopefully you guys did enjoy this, because it's been a lot of fun having Bardiche back and me just testing around, seeing what I could do with it. And this is the best build that I could actually make, as overall this build is 9 times out of 10 super consistent. The other 1% is like almost every other deck. And it's just so good. And I'm happy that, I'm kind of happy that Bardiche is back, because it puts Orcus back on the map. Because if you guys don't know, I've been piloting Orcus ever since Harp got banned, and even before that, I've been playing Orcus for 2 years now. Because I remember playing Orcus when Bardiche came out for a little bit. I remember Dark Neostorm coming out and picking up my Dingreases then, and then this deck became very powerful. And now we're back to square one without Mermaid. Who would have thunk? But if you guys did enjoy this video, please hit the like button down below, and if you want to see more, please subscribe for future content, as I upload every day at lovely 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But anyways, I've been Bolt Spider. See you guys in the next video, and goodbye.